for number 15 movie, which is The Little Mermaid.
I've always enjoyed The Little Mermaid, the original animated movie, quite a bit, so naturally I was curious about the live action version. And, uh, the thing about the Disney live action remakes that they can be extremely hit or miss. Some are really good, and others are just kind of there for the sake of they make money. So I'm not quite sure where this one's going to land just yet, but visually it looks appealing. Halle Bailey, I think she'll do a great job as Ariel, and also Javier Bardem as King Triton. I'm like, that's fantastic casting right there. I can't wait to see it just for him mostly, I think.
Yeah, and oddly, this is one of the few movies that I have not seen of the Disney Renaissance. I have never actually sat down to watch The Little Mermaid, so this will be a
Really?
fun one to watch. Yeah, I mean, I watched, I believe, every other one from like 88, 89-ish through the 90s. But for whatever reason, I just never got around to watching The Little Mermaid. I've heard great things. I love Disney hand-drawn animation. I love the whole nine. And oddly, even the VHS controversy of the artist drawing in some naughty bits on the cover didn't get me to get the VHS copy of it. So this will be a first for me in terms of watching The Little Mermaid. This is also on my list. Any thoughts on the controversies around casting?
People suck and they love to complain.
This is true. I love Javier Bardem as well, so it'll be really fun to see him as the king. The Little Mermaid. This is one that I'm kind of surprised that it's this high up on my list. Like I did not
What
see
do you
the
mean? You
original.
wrote the list.
I did, yeah. It's but it's one of those where I sat down and I watched all of these trailers for this summer back to back to back to back to back. It took me a couple hours to get through all these trailers. And The Little Mermaid, of all films, showed up at number 5 on my list after watching and rewatching all these trailers several times. And there's just something about this film. And again, I did not. I've to this day I've still not seen the original Little Mermaid, and yet when I watch this trailer, it feels like it's honest to the original film, even though I haven't seen the original film, which is a really weird thing to say. But when I watch this trailer, it feels like the '90s Disney movies come to life, and I love the Jungle Book remake. I did not see the Lion King remake or even the Aladdin remake. The live action one. I love the Beauty and the Beast one from a couple years ago. So, fingers crossed. The actress playing Ariel looks really well cast. She looks really talented. Melissa McCarthy. I love pretty much everything Melissa McCarthy does, and her as Ursula, as the bad guy, looks amazing. And it's Little Mermaid. It's a live action version. Yes, it's a cash grab, but it looks like it was really well done and done with care, and done honoring the spirit of the original film as well, which I have not seen, but it still feels that way with the trailer.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Yeah. Well, where does the Little Mermaid fall on your list of the Disney Renaissance '90s movies, '80s and '90s movies?
Hmm. I haven't put that much thought into it, but I'd say it has to be relatively high up. Maybe not number one, but it's up there.
Yeah, and I need to go back and rewatch all those '90s the Disney Renaissance films because I love Beauty and the Beast and Aladdin and Lion King and all those ones. Maybe not Hercules. Hercules is kind of where it lost the steam a little bit. But even going back to The Great Mouse Detective in the mid '80s, and which kind of kicked off some of those that whole Disney Renaissance. I'm a huge fan of those Disney hand-drawn animation films.